Hey guys, this is Abhishek from gadgetsreview.com, and today we are going to do a quick hands-on comparison of the two phones which we have. We have the Samsung Galaxy S5 in golden color, and we have the HTC One M8, which is the latest flagship phone launched recently from HTC. As you can see, both of these phones look pretty good in terms of the overall look and feel. However, the overall build quality is definitely better on the HTC One M8. Whereas the Samsung Galaxy S5 is still a plastic kind of a phone in which you have a back cover which is again made up of plastic, which can be removed again, which is actually an advantage if you see comparing it with HTC One M8. So that means the battery can actually come out on the Samsung Galaxy S5 as compared to HTC One M8. Having said that, Samsung Galaxy S5 is also pretty good in terms of the overall build quality. The front of both of these devices is a full high definition display. The display which we have on the Samsung Galaxy S5 is a Super AMOLED capacitive touchscreen display, whereas on HTC One we have the Super Clear LCD 3 display. Both of these displays are pretty good in terms of the overall color saturation and the kind of pixels they have. They have full high definition resolution on both of these displays. The display of Samsung Galaxy S5 is slightly bigger. Samsung Galaxy S5 is also light in terms of the weight. It is around 145 gram in terms of the weight as compared to the 160 gram weight of HTC One M8. As far as front glass is concerned, both of them has Corning Gorilla Glass 3 protection on the front. As far as thickness is concerned, HTC One M8 is around 9.4mm thick, whereas we have a thickness of 8.1mm on Samsung Galaxy S5. Now let's take a closer look over the HTC One M8. HTC One M8 looks pretty good in terms of the overall build quality. The kind of form factor it actually gives you is also pretty good. You have all the regular application you will see. You also have Fitbit application which will come pre-installed on this device, which is a health tracking application. But if we compare with the Samsung Galaxy S5, Samsung Galaxy S5 on the other hand has other sensors like heart rate sensor. You also have a fingerprint sensor on Samsung Galaxy S5, and also you have got a great camera on Samsung Galaxy S5, which is a 16 megapixel rear camera, which does have selective focus and autofocus. The autofocus on Samsung Galaxy S5 is one of the fastest autofocus. Talking about the HTC One M8, in this case has got a 4 megapixel ultra pixel camera at the rear, but you do have an additional depth sensor as well on HTC One M8, which is actually not there on Samsung Galaxy S5. But in practical, we have actually used both of these phones. The additional depth sensor on the HTC One M8 does not make much of a difference. Both the HTC One M8 and Samsung Galaxy S5 are running custom version of Android. On the top of Android, they have a custom layer. The UI which is there on Samsung Galaxy S5 is the TouchWiz UI. As you can see, this TouchWiz UI has become slightly smoother as compared to the other Samsung phones which we have seen earlier. As far as the UI which we see on HTC One M8, you have the latest version of Sense UI, the HTC Sense UI, and it is the version 6. It comes with latest optimizations in blink feed, and you do have some extra features as well. The touch capacitive buttons which were there, the physical buttons on the phone on HTC One, now they are capacitive buttons which are there within the display. Whereas on Samsung Galaxy S5 you have a physical home button at the bottom, and you have touch capacitive buttons which are there on the side, on the left and right side of the physical home button. Now in terms of the performance, both the HTC One M8 and Samsung Galaxy S5 are powered with Snapdragon 801 chipset, has similar hardware specifications as well. But if you compare the HTC One M8 Indian version with the Indian version of Samsung Galaxy S5, Samsung Galaxy S5 Indian version will not have the Snapdragon 801 chipset. As far as other specifications are concerned, you will have a 16 megapixel camera on Samsung Galaxy S5 on the rear, whereas on HTC One you will have a 4 megapixel camera, dual 4 megapixel camera. The front camera on HTC One M8 is a 5 megapixel camera which can record high definition video, and the front camera on Samsung Galaxy S5 is a 2 megapixel camera. So both of these phones are fairly good in terms of the overall comparison. The kind of performance they will offer will be pretty good, but again in terms of the overall conclusion, I would like to say that HTC One M8 actually feels much more premium, that because it is going to come with the Snapdragon 801 chipset as compared to the Exynos chipset which we will have on the Samsung Galaxy S5, which will not be that much powerful as we see on HTC One M8, which will also support 4G in India. Now if we compare the key features of the Samsung Galaxy S5 with HTC One M8, Samsung Galaxy S5 has heart rate sensor, it has a fingerprint sensor which is actually missing on HTC One M8, whereas HTC One M8 has a depth sensor which is there on the phone, which is actually going to help you a lot, especially to take photos with the kind of bokeh effect you can have. Now when it comes to expandable memory, HTC One M8 also has a micro SD memory card just like the Samsung Galaxy S5 has. Both of these phones are single SIM phones, but again HTC One M8 will come with a dual SIM functionality as well in future as promised by HTC. As far as other things are concerned, when we talk about the battery on these two phones, the Samsung Galaxy S5 has a battery of 2800 mAh, whereas the HTC One M8 has got a 2600 mAh battery. And again, the HTC One M8 battery cannot be removed because the back cover cannot be removed on that one, whereas Samsung Galaxy S5 has the ability of removing the back cover. That means you can replace the battery on Samsung Galaxy S5. In all, we would like to conclude this comparison by saying that both of these phones are equally good. As far as build quality is concerned, HTC One M8 definitely has a better build quality. As far as camera is concerned, Samsung Galaxy S5 initially the camera looks slightly better, whereas on the build quality department, HTC One M8 is a much better looking phone and is a much stronger phone as compared to the Samsung Galaxy S5. You have TouchWiz UI in Samsung Galaxy S5, you have Sense UI on HTC One M8. Both of these phones are equally good in terms of the overall hardware it has. Both of them have similar hardware, but when it comes to comparing the Indian version, HTC One M8 has a better hardware. So as of now, we would like to give HTC One M8 a better thumbs up as compared to Samsung Galaxy S5, which will come in Indian market. But the kind of software features you get on Samsung Galaxy S5 as far as the camera performance is concerned, we would like to give a better thumbs up to the Samsung Galaxy S5. Both of them have some good features and also not so good features, but both of them are equally powerful phones. They can actually perform the day-to-day task without any issues for you. So that's all from us as far as the quick hands-on comparison of these two phones. Do let us know if you have any specific question for these devices. We would love to help you. You can like this video if this video helped you by clicking the like button below. You can subscribe to our YouTube video channel for more videos like this by clicking the subscribe button below. Thanks for watching this video. This is Abhishek signing off. Thank you.